Welcome, Field Home Farm Sessions, episode 132 on the first day of December in 2024. It is, if I look out my window, the sun is shining, everything looks lovely, there's no snow on the ground, and you look at a couple Facebook posts here and there, and it is snow all over the place everywhere. So it's -3 here. Now, as a snowmobile fan, I would love a little bit of snow, but it was yesterday and last year. So last year was very much favorable for farmers and cleaning out snow. And we didn't have to do it, but as far as a snowmobile enthusiast or having your sleds or whatever, it wasn't the best time. Talking to lots of people. KJ, I wondered if she wanted to be a live listener or a live guest yesterday. Well, she has gone down to Arizona in her G string, and she is going to have a great time. The people that go down south, they brag about how the warm weather and this and that, but guess what? You got to come back. You're not 60 yet, and you're not retired, so you got to come back to whatever you think this is. I love going away January, February, when it's cold and you take a break, you kind of break up the winter, go down somewhere south, a little bit hot, a week, and come back and go snowmobiling or something like that. Jumpy, speaking of that, Jumpy is down in Florida at the moment with his wife, with his family, and he is going to have a few cocktails. He's at Disney. Now, I said, aren't you a bit too old for Disney? But I guess Disney is for everybody. Old, young, all the kids are excited. Disney Jumpy's down there having fun. Cleavage is still up here. I think he said he's going down south golfing with a bunch of guys. But Emmett, I don't know if Emmett goes down south somewhere. You got to give me a text somewhere. I am live. There's no live listeners at the moment. I was going to do this live show on my phone, and I said, fuck it, I'm going to do it on the computer. Now, yesterday I might have lost some of my loyal listeners or some people that might not have. They might have thought that joke was a bit too dirty. It's my dirty mind. Emmett's on. Thank you for listening. It's my dirty mind. I know I would not lose Emmett because he has got a dirty mind like myself. Now, if that joke was too dirty, I got a better joke that a little cleaner. So this farmer, he's riding in the wagon with his horse, and he's got a dog beside him, and he gives the horse trotting along, gives the horse a little smack, and the horse turns around and says, "Don't hit me." And the farmer looks at the dog and says, "I didn't know the horse could talk." And the dog says, "Neither did I." Now that's a nice, clean joke. And if you like that, little another joke. So a family is down south, Southern family at a diner, and they're sitting there, two boys, 5 and 3, and the mom and dad. And the 5-year waitress says to the 5-year-old, "What would you like to eat?" And he goes, "I have a goddamn cheeseburger." And the father reaches over and smacks the kid, knocks him off the chair. And the waitress, she didn't know what to do. She goes to the 3-year-old, "What would you have, sweetie?" He goes, "You bet your sweet ass ain't gonna order no goddamn cheeseburger." So, and there's a little bit dirtier joke, but I got another one. Two guys are fucking an owl. Sorry. Maybe some of you don't like bird jokes, but that is more the Buddy Hackett. So, as I said, Emmett, there's no snow in near Bradford, Ontario this morning, which is awesome. There's supposed to be a snowstorm. A bunch of buddies and I were talking, or not buddies, but fathers of hockey, and we're saying with all these people that have moved to this country, immigrants and whatnot, and we have had pretty nice winters over the last probably 3 to 5 years. And I said, what would friggin' happen if we get snowstorms like we did when we were kids, Emmett, or whoever, in the next 5 to 10 years, if we have snowstorms like we used to when we were 20 years ago? There's so much traffic, so many population. What the fuck would they do? I think it'd be chaos, and people would lose their minds because people don't like to cook at home anymore. Uber Eats, how are they going to get their food? It's going to be chaos, and I don't know what the hell's going to happen. So I have on my podcast 6,000 downloads. Over 6,000 downloads have hit my podcast. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening. Now, Emmett's a live listener. I don't know how many times you listen, how many times you go back and listen, but I know you listen to a few. So, and I listen to a few too because I go back and try to make sure they're okay and whatnot. And so maybe it's not 100% you guys 6,000 downloads, but I probably download a few myself. But anyways, nevertheless, 6,000 downloads. Thank you for that. It's still flying. I'm still like doing it. Nothing to deter me. You learn from your mistakes and you keep going forward. I don't care. I got to keep doing it. It's for my Emmett. It's for my Dirty Mike. It's for little Jerry, Cleavage, KJ, Autumn L was on yesterday. I called her Autumn Unwin. That's her name, but I like calling her Autumn L, which is better. All the people, BC, Steph, all my people. Thank you for downloading. Thank you for listening. New Life, Kim, Trillium, Sarah, all the people. So the other milestone that happened on my farm that I never thought about until yesterday was 25 years I've been on this farm. So Emmett, you remember because Emmett was a friggin' great guy. Him and another guy, Jim Thomas, brought their trailers to my old farm in Woodbridge and loaded up the cows and brought them to this farm in November. And I don't know the exact date. I think it was November 21st of 1999. So Emmett, you're going to think you're old right now. You can text me and say how freaking old you are. But 25 years, Emmett brought his trailer. Now, Emmett's dad is a trucker, kind of does a lot of trucking of cows and calves and whatnot around the countryside. So he had a truck and a trailer, and Emmett brought his trailer down. We brought up 30 cows. I think it was around 30 cows, 25 to 30 cows up here. Brought him in the tie stall barn, got it ready. I can go back a little farther. So 1999, summer 1999, I was working at home, didn't get along with my brother, and I said to my dad, "This is can't go on like this. We gotta figure something out." We just had clashing personalities. We couldn't get along. So he says, "Don't worry about it." So we came looking, went north of my old farm in Woodbridge, and found this farm 35 minutes north, right on 27, and just north of me, another farmer moved up. I'll get into that later. So we bought this farm. We had to fix up the milk house. This guy hadn't farmed in 5 years, and milk cows in 5 years, so things were starting to go a little bit. It needed to be fixed up anyway. So we fixed up a bunch of stuff, moved up. Milk cows, 25 years. I played hockey, did everything else. Met my wife in 2000. Met my girlfriend, who is now my wife, in 2005. Married her in 2010. Started a family in 2010, and then built a chicken barn in 2013, and then sold the dairy cows in 2018, everything, and then got a few beef cows in 2020-ish, 22. So 25 years. I should have a party, shouldn't I, Emmett? Like, I should bring it. I don't know why we never had a party this year. I guess just because we should have had a 25th year party, but get more into that in further episodes. 25 years. You don't think about it. Hubie Jen, the plowing is done. Your old plow is put. Your husband and dad's old plow is put away for the winter time. I won't have to look at it for another 9 or 10 months. I said, somebody says, "Oh, it's a tedious job and this and that," but another guy says, "You're in a nice warm tractor." I said, "You got all the food you want. You got water. You got a phone. You got a radio. It's warm. You're getting stuff done. What can be better than sitting for a few days or a week in a tractor, just getting it done?" Emmett's milking cows, getting his face hitting, get hit in the face with shitty tails, pulling titties. Now he loves it too. I'm not deterring. I'm just saying there's both. I used to do both. So you do that and you go out and plow, and you come back in, you milk the cows. You go back out, you feed the cows. So it's just one of those things. Moral of the story, I like plowing, I like tillage, and I love it when it's done. Now, I was going to say, I was looking at the chickens the other day, and it's like, how do you be, I'm not saying I'm amazingly successful, but I seem to do okay with my chickens. So I was going to say, when you're looking at, if people that nowadays don't know how to pick stones, now Emmett will know how to pick stones, but if you're out picking stones, you kind of glaze over your land, and you look over and see what is good, and then all of a sudden there's an abnormality, like a stone in the middle of the field or a stone, so you go pick up that stone. Not much different than chickens. You're looking at the chickens, you're seeing what is, think of the barn as land. You look through the barn and see what, if everything is going good. Most chickens, you know the way they walk. You go, all of a sudden there's one that isn't walking right, or one that looks a little abnormal. That is the one you take out. So same as land. Land's clear, all of a sudden there's a stone. You don't want that stone there, and you don't want those bad chickens there. So kind of similar things. And What was I going to say? Oh, Woodbridge. Anyways, on that note, we are at the. It's a short one today. I hope there was, like I say, a few episodes. If I go back and listen, this fucking thing is still buzzing. I'm gonna go on my phone. But as far as now, I don't hear nothing. So thank you for listening, Emmett. Loyal. Emmett's my loyal listener. 25 years of you being here, of me being here, and everything else. Oh shit! There we go. Where's my secretary, Autumn L? December 2024.